It's a little bit of a cheeky move forward by Byun. Yeah, we've seen this a lot in during DreamHack, where one proxy Rex Reaper is just something that pretty much always happens. You get faster scouting, you get a little bit of damage, and this is basically the reaction to the changes we had. I think it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago to the meta, in which the Adept became the immediate answer to the Reaper, and then Terrence went like, what if we just build a Rex in their face? So the Adept doesn't build fast enough. And sometimes we also see even Zealots getting out of those gateways, but I do think we're just gonna see one Proxy Reaper, we're gonna wait for the Adept, Probes rushing around trying not to be killed, that's gonna be it. It's a good way to get something going as early as possible, especially since sometimes it forces out a Cybercore before the Nexus, which is not happening right now. You see, the Reaper is being produced. Sometimes it's also 2 Reapers, but it's not optimal. SCV the Natural is gonna actually build up a bunker to be even more obnoxious. Of course, we're gonna see the Zealot being produced to stop this bunker from becoming a reality. And yeah, most likely it's never going to happen. Actually, this SCV is badly bruised. Barely survive to this battle probe going at it. Reaper in the main will get the first kill. First blood has been drawn. While over here... Oh, actually, maybe even a second probe will go down, yeah. These Reaper plays are so obnoxious. 3 probes down. Hero, you can see in his face cam, visibly not happy about what is happening so far. Second Reaper is joining as well. Now it's 2 of them. They can 2-shot a probe if they shoot at the same time. Command center on the high ground from Byun, trying to play it as safe as possible. While the 2 Reapers, of course, make it very complicated for Hero to take control of the low ground. Yes, he has an Adept, but Reapers are pretty fast. It's 1 Cyclone as well for defense from Byun. Wants to stay extra careful. It's a 2-1-1 actually. Second Rux incoming from the Terran player. Zealots and Adepts alike ready to greet those Reapers. One of them immediately falls, the other stays alive. They'll maybe try and scout later on. Hero has a 1 little probe stranded over here on the left side. Wouldn't be too surprised to see maybe later on some more gateways being dropped down for maybe a free gate play with Blink Stalkers. It's a little bit too late for that. Also, Hero took quite some damage, so it will surprise me a lot if that probe dropped down a pylon. Yeah, it's only going for a scout in fact. Reaper looking for stuff around, won't find any. Was that 3 Rex before the starport? I think it was. Interesting. Byun with 2 Cyclones is gonna feel content with his early defense. He's gonna wait for his 3rd Rex to be up and start getting combat shields and producing at least 7 Marines at a time. That's not true. 4 Marines at a time. Probably gonna be 5, but yeah. Starport is finally inbound for Byun. With only 1 engineering bay, he's probably gonna drop down +1 infantry weapon. The Water Sea Steel once more in this game. You can see all the Stalkers chasing down the Reaper, which was indeed able to find the Robo being up and running for Byun. Robotics facility. Robotics Bay also incoming, as the observer kindly shows us. Did you get some Colossi or Disruptors on the field? You are not being too aggressive with these Blink Stalkers, which is honestly a little bit of a waste. You want to get somewhat proactive. I know Hero is not expecting Byun to play aggressively. I know he's been keeping good scouting, as you can see over here. But yeah, that's a powerful bio army. You need to lower that army amount by a little bit. Stalkers will make short work of one of the cyclones on the left side. I don't know about the other. First, Colossus is inbound as well as, of course, its best friend, Extended Thermal Lens. Byun ready to move out. Good scouting from Hero with the Hallucinated Phoenix. Spotting the two Medivacs flying in the middle of the map. We're on outward, very good spot to drop into the main. Of course, Stalkers are gonna try to stop this as best as they can. There's one observer over here already on the lookout for the army of Byun. Dropping down over here in the main. Immediate reaction from Hero, who's sending his full might into his main base. Guardian Shield gets popped immediately. Here comes the blame forward. One of the Medivacs is gonna go down immediately. The other lies away. But many units will be sacked by the Terran player, as well as one Medivac, which is probably the most important piece of the puzzle. Over here, Byun sending more units in, and finally Hero being somewhat more aggressive, trying to make some plays with Blink Stalkers, at least lowering the army amount. Not even dropping a shot before blinking backwards, a little bit too afraid of the second on the left side, which is going to get one of his Stalkers. Hero trying to take control of the map. Another lock-on gets popped. And Hero blinks out of it. Hero's army growing very strongly, very quickly. Charge is halfway through. Extended Thermal Lens almost completed. +1/+1 being started. Over here on the left side, the Blink Stalkers might get a snipe on top of one of the Medivacs. Instead, they don't really achieve anything. Widowmine shot gets tricked by the Stalker, who blinks back into safety. But these Colossi... Oh! Good Widowmine shot. These Colossi are doing such a good job at keeping Byun honest. Another Widowmine goes down. These shots have been doing nothing, with Hero dodging them proficiently with his blinks left and right. Yeah, I'm not really managing to find any amounts of damage. Hero on 3 bases now. I'm gonna drop his explosion of gateways. Gonna be very happy about how this game is going so far. Hallucinated Phoenix is gonna pinpoint the location of the army of Byun. Another Hallucinated Phoenix is gonna instead try to look for some tech. Will be sniped down, plus some more moving Marines. Over here, Hero trying to get a little bit of a weird surround with a Warp Prism, which is not yet spotted. One single Zealot will be produced. This is such an awkward position. Ghost Academy is incoming, of course. Hero is very strong before the Ghost Academy gets in. Before those ghosts get the Shockwave EMP upgrade up and running. Dark Shrine is incoming from Hero. Byun has a very powerful army right now. He needs to make something happen. He needs to be very, very careful here in the main. The Warp Prism is gonna fly and it's gonna drop down so many Zealots, ready to warp in more if the needs arise. Zealots on top of the production, never a good thing. Zealots on top of your SCVs, never a good thing either. The reactor will burn down before Byun can do anything about it. These SCVs are gonna be running away, 6 of them falling down before the army of Byun comes in for the cleanup. Byun still has an incredibly powerful army, but it's not really doing much with it. Not really playing as aggressively as we know him for. Now with Disruptors in High Mount and Colossi being up, there's probably a moment in which Hero can strike before these ghosts come online. That can be extremely deadly. Byun moving on the right side, trying to keep his opponent honest. Observer speed, of course, is going to be the next upgrade for a Hero to try and get a good glimpse of the army of his opponent before dropping down the Disruption Nolas. The Purifier Orbs. He goes. Byun with the Doom drop into the main. There's a lot of Stalkers ready to greet them, but the recall needs to be issued to react to the army of Byun moving forward over here. So much of it is falling down. The Disruption Novas are not that great. They're gonna be denied. But the Warp Prism will collect the Disruptor before they fall down. More Stalkers are gonna be warped in. The full bulk of the army of Byun is over here in the main, while the rest of it over here on the left side is still gonna be greeted by 2 Disruptors and 1 Colossus. The army in the main will be cleared. Hero comes out on top of this. Surprisingly enough, the Colossi being in an impossible position to attack. Shadow Stride halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through actually. Byun is gonna try to move over here on the right side, trying to find a weak point in the army of Hero, but without Ghost I don't really see this Doom drop again working. Yes, recall is now on cooldown. This Colossi will be in a bad spot. There's no more energy on the shield battery. 2 Colossi will be falling down. Is there energy for shield battery overcharge? I don't think there is. The Stalkers are getting in position. There's still many more Disruptors ready to drop their Purifier Orbs on top of the army of Byun. The Warp Prism will indeed be microing the units of Hero around. This was a good trade for Byun, but again, this is not a position he's gonna be feeling confident in a little while, especially with these Shadow Stride Dark Templars ready to go into his natural, or maybe ready to get on top of his army. The Stalker station over here on the right side to stop another drop by this Medivac. Hero still keeping close look at the movements of Byun, with observers being spread around and with a man shot being dodged. As always. Oh, the Shadow Stride Dark Templars. They're on top of the SCVs. 10 SCVs fall down in the blink of an eye. 1 Dark Templar will also Shadow Stride out of a scan and save its life. And you know what? The upgrade is already worth it. You need to save like 2 Dark Templars and the upgrade is worth it. Yeah, I think in the end that 1 Templar died, but yeah. Dark Templars moving around yet again. Byun not in a high amount of workers. He's gonna lose even more right now. He's reacting on time. He sees these Templars moving in place. Shadow Stride and Murph into Archon and recall. What a multiple play by Hero. So many things going at once. He's gonna save an Archon at the very least. His main army is gonna be trying to clash over here in the middle. And honestly, he's gonna find the army of Byun a little bit out of position. Can he actually make it happen? Byun is currently maxed out. It's a very powerful army. Not really positioned proficiently though. A couple Disruptors are ready to join the field for Hero as well. The command center will not be denied. Byun breaking down rocks, trying to move through the middle. A scan gets issued to see where the army of Hero is moving into. The command centers are being built by Byun over here to get a double expand and get more orbital commands up and running. Zealots will not get the charge they wanted to get. Purifier Orb only gets on top of these Zealots. Pulling forward. Byun playing a little bit too scared. He doesn't have a lot of energy, of course, on those Medivacs. He doesn't have Ghost with his army. The lack of Ghost is surely come to haunt him in this game, with Hero taking a victory in a battle that he shouldn't have won. Not with Ghosts being out. Finally, a couple Ghosts are getting out. They don't have Shockwave EMP upgrade yet, which is another big part of this army of Byun. Here comes another big fight. Finally, a couple EMP hitting on the army of Hero, who needs to retreat out of there. But another bulk of it is moving, as always, on the 3rd base of Byun. 5th base of Hero will be denied. The EMP going on top of the Zealots, not really hitting the jackpot over here in the middle. The 2 armies are clashing yet again. Purifier Orb hitting on so many units at once. And another perfect orb. Byun losing more than half of his army without really being able to do much about it. Beautiful play by Hero. Those Purifier Orbs didn't forgive Byun not paying close attention. And now Hero is ready to strike over here on the left side. This base is most definitely going down. A But over here on the right side, the Zealots are trying to do their best. Stalker's being warped in next to the shield battery. Shield battery overcharge gets popped. The base is burning down. It will burn down. Again, the Zealots fighting with the army of Byun. Sorry. So many Purifier Orbs at once. And 2 of them in the end do hit. 15 SCVs going down. Meanwhile, in the main base, recall gets issued to deal with this. A little bit too many units being used to deal with these, to be honest. Hero recollecting his forces down the middle. He's feeling ready to strike through. Can he do it? Can he close the deal over here right now? His army is significantly stronger than one of his opponents. Byun trying to go for a little bit of a surround to try and stop this Disruption Nova from hitting the jackpot, but they do hit the jackpot once more. Hero kiting backwards. Can he keep his army alive? Another beautiful Purifier Orb. Blinking forward are the Stalkers. The Purifier Orb kills only a couple Stalkers, but there's no more in the army of Byun, and these Stalkers can still blink forward. Shadow Strike Dark Templars going at it, and they're gonna stop the production of Byun altogether. A scan gets issued, they return into Archons, but here comes the rest of the army of Hero. Byun pinned in his own natural, the charge forward of the Zealots. Another Purifier Orb is at the ready. 2 of them actually. They're gonna be dodged by the Medivacs, but the Medivacs are gonna be melted by the Stalkers blinking forward. GG gets gold. And Hero takes game number 1. Alright, Curious Minds. Possibly the favorite map of Byun. He always chooses to play on this map whenever the stakes are at their highest. To expect that in this next game. Hero not really playing too aggressive in game number 1, to be honest with you guys. Actually playing quite laid back. Not really managing to deal any significant damage to his opponent in the early stages, and then all of a sudden winning every single battle with perfect disruptor control. Byun slipping a little bit. There were a couple situations in which he probably should have gotten a little bit more. Didn't really manage. No Proxy Reaper this time. It's a standard Reaper expand. Also see a very standard factory. We will see, we're gonna see a second and a third Rex before the starport as well. Byun also likes to go for triple command center before starport sometimes. Which could definitely be a play. Stargate is the play of Hero instead. Beautiful stickers over here in the middle from WTL. Amazing tournament. So glad to have these team clashes. We missed them since the old days. Now with so many good teams being around, WTL as being an amazing event to look out for every week. So 1-1-1 standard build on a sort of Byun. Of course, he likes to get his reactor up and running a little bit earlier to get a little bit more marines than other Terrans do. The Reaper will get a very good scout over here. Gonna see the Stargate and also gonna see the Stargate producing a Phoenix, which is such a good thing. Pretty much perfect information being gathered by Byun. It's a real Phoenix, acting like an hallucinated one. Getting quite some scouting information, but that's the extent of it. With Hero needing to wait a little bit before sending his Phoenixes in. Doesn't really have enough. A Raven is being made by Byun as well. Can be a good reaction, can be a good harassment tool. It can be very vulnerable to Phoenixes. So Byun needs to be careful about that. Could be a very huge waste of resources if he's not careful enough with it. Robotics facility and robotics bay incoming for Hero. Getting a little bit of switch of tech. Of course, he wants to get into the Phoenix Colossi tech, most likely. Forge in the making. Got +1 ground weapons for the Protoss player. On the right side of the map instead, Byun getting +1 infantry weapons and and combat shields and steam. So all the key upgrades. He wants to make something happen in the mid game. That's a moment in the game in which Hero will be extremely strong. The Raven, though, scouting his observer before he can get anything done. A little bit of a hidden Widowmine as well. Will pop down. It's shot and make short work of it. Widowmine was there mostly for Phoenixes, but yeah. If life gives you lemonade. Well, if life gives you lemon. Make a lemonade, but yeah, whatever. How did I butcher that? Phoenix is trying to fly on the right side. They're gonna be important in the main army, and it's not really a high replaceability. They're gonna get quite a few SCVs though, so in the end, Hero's gonna be feeling pretty content with this. And moving through the middle of the map. This is a moment in which the army of Hero is not strong enough. He does need extended thermal lines, he does need at least a couple. Ooh, one Phoenix going down is actually huge. Byun can also drop down a couple interference matrices on top of the units he finds most annoying. The Vikings and the Marines are gonna make life of these Phoenixes hell. With only 3 Phoenixes, there's not much to threaten. Over here, there's just 2 Immortals and 1 Colossus. The Raven is getting in position, interference matrix dropped on top of one of the Colossus. Well, the only Colossus. Putting next to the shield battery is not the best idea ever, but in the end, Byun will decide against committing in that location. Byun getting some units flying into the main. The Phoenixes will try to chase the Medivacs down, stopping the play from Byun. But Hero is not yet in a safe spot, doesn't have yet enough units. And the Raven is still pretty much uncontested. Without Blink, without enough Phoenixes, the Raven can do whatever it wants. Dropping down interference matrices again on top of the Colossus. And that's a deadly one. Guardian Shield gets popped. Shield Barrier Overcharge gets popped as well. And as soon as Byun sees Shield Barrier Overcharge, he leaves the Widowmines there to deal outstanding amounts of damage. And he tries to fight at the third base of Hero. Hero takes the bait, moves out. And now Shield Barrier Overcharge. It's over. Byun still not yet having enough to melt through. But his reinforcements are soon to be joining the rest of his army, and he's been dealing quite some damage, resetting the Colossus count times and times over. Ghost Economy on the early side of this game. There's some EMP ready on the few condensed units of Hero. The 2 Immortals are still alive. That's most likely the only reason why Hero wasn't able to close the deal yet. Widowmine will drop a shot, as you heard, without really doing much though. Because Academy is finished. It's now time for Byun to get 3 ghosts at a time. More gateways being added into the mix by Hero with the 3 base explosion. It's been coming quite on the later side, while his opponent is already getting his key spellcaster. Shockwave EMP also on its way. The Raven will get yet another observer. Hero completely blind from minute 1 of this game, basically. Never ever able to get any scouting information. Just the Phoenixes, but they didn't really even get much. 4 Vikings are out in the skies right now to deal with the Phoenixes, to deal with the Colossi. Hero still producing Colossi, cannot really easily get into Disruptors, not with enough army to support that. And there's definitely not enough army to support that. Byun moving in the middle. Shield Battery is overcharge is available for Hero, but he needs to be extra careful. Byun might blindside him once again, left and then middle. But Byun decides not to commit. Yet again, Shockwave EMP almost completed. There's now Ghosts with his army. On the right side, Byun is taking his 4th base. Interference Matrix is available as well to stop the Colossi. As 3 goes with his army, 3 more are incoming. A scan forward will keep Byun happy, seeing there's not much army in that location. Hero will try to go for a little bit of a flank. Losing a Phoenix on the right side will not do much. Interference Matrices are instead doing quite a lot. Oh my goodness! That EMP was perfect from Byun. The army of Hero is in a desperation spot. The Vikings fighting against the Colossus. Shield Barrier Overcharge about to finish. And now it's the moment in which Byun can easily steam on top of the ramp. It looks like the Robo will fall down and Byun takes another huge fight for himself. Another sentry going down. Akontistes Shells doing a marvelous job at keeping the army of Hero honest. Another EMP hitting on top of all of the Stalkers. The Colossus going down, the last Immortal going down as well. And it's time for the reinforcements to join the battle for Byun. Probes being pulled into the fight. Are they going to be enough? I seriously doubt it. Byun gets the equalizer in his best of 2.